And good morning from the sports betting capital of the world, Las Vegas. This is Ramon Scott, and welcome to the morning steam for Thursday, November 16th, Formula One weekend here in Sin City. We're getting ready. We saw the lap car, the test car out there on the wet streets of Las Vegas last night, taking a trip around that long straightaway as well here. What's going to happen with Formula One? Is it going to be Max? Could it be something else? Could this track allow for someone else other than Max? Doesn't look like Max might qualify first. We'll see. What's your opinions on Formula One? Are you a Formula One fan? Las Vegas, it's been a controversy out here, but you know what? It's going to end up being a really, really good race, and it might be a great venue. It might be a great track. There is one dangerous corner that is getting a little bit of talk. Remember, I mean, they're just really opening up this track to these cars, and they got to get ready and go. And here's the other catch about the big race this weekend here in Las Vegas. This one is going to start at 10 p.m. local time. 10 p.m. local time, 1 a.m. Eastern here in the United States. So that's going to be great for the rest of the world. Of course, we know that the rest of the world likes Formula One even more than most Americans, always locked in their NASCAR. But the biggest race in the country probably this year, the Las Vegas Grand Prix, making their stop here this weekend. Thanks for coming in, everybody, and we'll have a great sports betting day. Of course, tonight we got NFL football. We got a good game finally on Thursday night. It's really been some clunkers. You almost could reverse it, right, and say, "Boy, too bad these guys have to play on a Thursday night. I want to see them on any kind of shortened week or what." And we know this week with the Ravens and the Bengals tonight, big game with uh, Baltimore at home favored by 3.5, and that total currently sitting at 45.5. So we'll see tonight. Two very, very strong teams, and in that crazy division right now with the Ravens on top, 7-3 record, Steelers 6-3, Browns 6-3, Bengals 5-4. We got the news, of course, with the Browns yesterday with Deshaun Watson, and we heard late last night that the Browns had made their decision on who would quarterback this week. It'll be DTR, not Walker. Interesting decision. Everybody's second guessing it already. Walker's looked okay in his moments, and Cleveland is in a key situation where you don't want to lose any ground, even though that is the strongest division right now. But Walker will not get the start. Here's the thing. We said in the preseason, DTR, little, learning a little bit, got his chances, but had some moments too in the preseason. And maybe he is that man, right? Come on, not many rookie quarterbacks have as much even college experience as Dorian Thompson Robinson. So maybe it will work out for the Browns. I'm a DTR guy, so we'll see. And, they've got a big one, of course, against the Steelers. It's a big division game. Hello, everybody. Nice to see you. Let's say hi. I've got a little bit of other news, but we got such a big show. Don't know if we can get to it all, but I do want to say hello to a few people before we head on over to see who did what at Tony'sPicks.com. Ari Gold was here first with the coffee. Open up the door, and Herker the Hawk, Herker the Hawk, Herky the Mindy would kill Mindy would kill me if she didn't already hate me. So Herky the Hawkeye right there. With Ari as well. There's Ferner. Good morning. Didn't mean to say that, but just always with the motivation there. Nathan here today. Salty Fly Guy. Peasy's ready for that early. Here's another thing. Thank you, Peasy, for pointing this out. Talking about that early, and he's talking about the second game on the card. Or no, he's got the first game right there. I see Charleston and Vermont. Maybe Peasy's got our selection. I wasn't going to preview that game today, but we do have a ball game tipping off here from South Carolina, good old Myrtle Beach. Boy, I'd like to end up there one day. Let's do it. and Charleston and Vermont. We got early college basketball action, handful of games on the early card from these tournaments. You got basically the ones going off in Myrtle Beach. It's actually in Conway, but Myrtle Beach Invitational and the Charleston Classic. It's a great time to have some college basketball tournament action here. Get ready for the holidays next week, and also action in Charleston, uh, two early games as well. So, got some college basketball. Get into it. Good, interesting results yesterday, and Joey said so too. Good morning to everyone. Nathan's right. Is Nathan talking about his uh, video poker? Is he talking about his slots here? Chad, oh my gosh, Chad with a huge day. Great job, you guys. Don't forget, post your picks in the Discord, post your tickets, post your winners. I love to look at them. Everyone loves to look at winning. We make fun of them, right? When people come out and say, hey, I won, I won. And boy, you can put those winning tickets up there. That's legit. That's legit. Hey, Daryl, nice to see you today. He said he rolled with the Boston teams yesterday. Man, I'm getting close to uh, working on how I'm going to work morning steam picks, and it might just be a situation where if I like the pick and everyone else likes the pick, and no one else is against the other side, that could be the consensus pick. So, all right, a little bit of news here. Said hello to everyone that's gotten here so far. I know we'll wait for a few more in here. Hello and shout out to everyone. Angels go with Ron Washington to manage the team. The 71-year-old Washington. This guy's the man. If you've ever, seen the interviews with him, he's had success as a manager before. Modest success with the Rangers, of course, with the Braves for many years. Been with many teams over the years. Uh, Washington, yeah, he's had his demons too a little bit, but he's always come back stronger than ever. This guy is absolutely the man. One of the best infield instructors you could ever have as well. I mean, this guy is still hands on today. I mean, he is out there. There's no doubt this guy is the real deal. Everybody knows that. Just was wondering if the time clock had passed Ron Washington a bit to get one more chance. And boy, I don't have that much energy looking at him at the press conference talking about uh, Trout, Rendon, and what the Angels are going to do with Washington. It seems like a can't miss hire. Actually, doesn't know make them Angels any better, but it's not going to make them any worse for sure. Because this guy, I think, is a man that people gravitate to. That's the most important thing these days is have the belief of the players and all that. I mean, I don't know with all the you know. Analytics and everything that can be done for you. You could be handed a script basically, but you got to motivate these players. We saw that here, what I was talking about with my team this week. So, all right, Cy Young Award winners yesterday, Cole and Snell, my guy Snell, but he's, moving on, is not going to work out in San Diego. So Snell wins the Cy Young, but the Padres aren't going to be keeping him. This is what's going on here in San Diego. So, also, there was one other, Pat Murphy, who's also had a little bit. He coached the Padres, managed the Padres. He is hired by Milwaukee to be their manager. So he's had just a taste of managing before, and he gets a big chance with the Brewers. And well, you know what? How about Warren Buffett? Here's a stock that I got. We always tend to talk a little bit of stocks here, but the Braves are one of the few teams now that you can actually, buy uh, stock in, right? Actual publicly traded stock. You know who has just bought stock in the Braves? $800 million. None other than the world's greatest investor, Warren Buffett. So maybe sports is a good investment. So I think that's what it really comes down to. And Warren Buffett adds the Atlanta Braves to his portfolio. How about that? Yeah, you could trade the Braves. Just look it up, man. You can be a part of the ownership of the Atlanta Braves. So, hey, say hello to a few more people here. Who do we got? We got BZ talking locks. 2 games today in the NBA. We cover them both. We also have 9 games on the ice. I'm going to cover 3 from college basketball. I'm going to cover 1 from college football. And then at the end, if there's time, we got to talk some NFL for Sunday. I've got my picks for the early games. We got to get to those. Perky's been popping off with Euro baskets yesterday. And Donald Hook, great to see you here today. The Flyers, hey, did we have them yesterday? Yeah, we had them yesterday on the show with the Flyers puck line yesterday. We also we gave out the Oilers. I mean, I don't care. Call me square. We had to, pick one team, and can these teams get back on? Can the Oilers finally get back on track? It took overtime. I lost a premium in that game, under 6.5 yesterday as the Oilers grabbed that win over the Kraken. Matt D, hello, nice to see you. And Fernando is here. What's going on today, Fernando? Give us the update. I'll check on the matches here. You know what's going on with Fernando. It looks like, oh yeah, we got some. We've got Euro qualifiers. All right, Fernando, load us up today. Euro qualifying looks like the feature here coming up, and also we got. Yeah, I think that's pretty much the feature. Oh, there's some World Cup qualifying as well. Is that right? Around the world. Okay, great day for some soccer action, Perky. Hey, Perky, great call yesterday. Also, of course, with one of his top plays, we gave it out on the show yesterday with Princeton. So great job, Perky. And watch out, we know about Princeton, right? So far, 2 wins over top 100 teams. Princeton gonna Princeton, and they might be one of those teams again. We always look for those Ivies, and Princeton might be one of them. All right. Perky says Tom Brady to the Browns, but no. But how about here's the thing. There was a lot of talk yesterday. Now, forget Belichick to the Commanders. He might go to the Chargers. Well, only if Bill Belichick is willing to reduce how much money he wants to get paid. There's no chance. I could never see that happening. And all right, good to see you guys. And I think that might be it for the news. Let's go over to Tony'sPicks.com here and talk about the only other thing I was thinking about was there was a judge that passed an injunction that the Pac-12 will control what they do with that $400 million in revenue, but still, I think a lot to be ironed out there. So. All right, and we can talk NBA as well from last night. The Kings destroyed the Lakers. Yeah, in that one, LeBron with a historic uh, game with that triple double and played 35 minutes. But Fox 28 points. Draymond 5 games. 5 games. I called it. For that suspension, right? You have a little bit of track record. Maybe you're going to get a little bit more. Maybe it was worthy of 5 games of the choking incident, but there's fines there as well. But Dre gets the 5 games. And all right, let's go over to Tony'sPicks.com and take a look at who did what yesterday at the website. And join me in the Discord later on today for more picks, a big college basketball card. Let me bring it up here. Chad says Lakers are just sad. Yeah, you know what? They might actually even be like a little bit better than last year, but that's not saying much. That was should have been a premium actually with the Kings. I just went in pocket there. We gave out the over on the show. That was close actually, right? Oh boy, I should have. I don't keep track of my plays here on the show. They always say, transparency. Well, they're on record. You can look them up yourself. All right. Oh, here we go. Let's go over to Tony'sPicks.com and who was on top of the leaderboards for yesterday's action. Well, Um, did they have to take a recount? It was none other than me finding my way to the top of the handicapper leaderboard. That's the way it's supposed to be. That's the way it was for 2 months. Every day it seemed like, but 8-2. Yeah, I rolled an 8-2. Nobody lights the leaderboard up like I do, and we've definitely been giving away some uh, juice and some units over the last couple of weeks. So about to go on a tear, of course, in college basketball. That's what I do. The VIP account 3-0 yesterday. Perfect day for the GM. Great job. He's been hot, no doubt about it. So you can pick up the VIP account picks. Hollywood Sam 3-0 here. Another stellar day for Sam. Collins Brown 80%. There's Mindy Hahn 7-5. Nick Vartini, 67%. Probably Sam Murdy, heavy day. Another day of profit. Tiffany Mance, 60%. Nick Lagaretto, 60% yesterday. Over the last 7 days, is Daniel Woloschuk. Well, he couldn't win them all. So looks like he lost one yesterday. 16-2-1. Just an awesome run here over the last 7 days for Daniel. He's up nearly 14 units. Collins Brown's up 10.5 units. Sean Dinwiddie up near 10 units. Tiffany Mance up 738. Joseph Schultz up 687. That's just over the last 7 days here on the network. Hollywood Sam for the last 30 days is up 25 units. Daniel Woloschuk is up 20 units. Chauncey Giles is up 9.5 units. Tony T is up 524 units. And Sean Dinwiddie, the king of totals, is up 495 units over the last 30 days at Tony'sPicks.com. Click on the Premium Picks tab, and there you'll find all the top plays from our handicappers. You can check out the handicapper leaderboards and see who's hot. Then click down the Premium Picks section and find 3-packs, 5-packs, 7-packs from our team of handicappers today, including Daniel Woloschuk. He's got a 3-pack of college basketball today, and this guy has hit 16 of his last 19 plays, so you might want to consider Daniel's plays tonight. Also, Nick Bartini has a 5-pack locked and loaded that has NBA, NHL, and NFL game tonight. Best bets from the crew include those from Nick Bartini in NBA, Ben Ruhala. Tonight's NFL game is his best bet. The GM has picks on the VIP account, best bets in the NHL and NBA tonight. All right, you can click on the All Cappers tab, find the handicapper of your choice, and that's how you get signed up. Click on their handicapper profile page, and you'll get started. Use the promo code TonyT at checkout, save 20%. Thanks for listening. I'll say a few more salutations and start the show. I don't know if I was even ready because of, the NFL card this Sunday. There's some moving parts, certainly, but we do want to get some information out there, some picks out there. And hey, I saw a Steam play come in just now on one of these early games. I think it's the game we're talking about, so I'll save it. But I did load up that delicious Steam for you guys. I thought it was kind of a flatlining with the Steam yesterday, but you guys like it. I like it too. We'll show it on the screen during. Don't let me forget if you want to see it. But the college basketball. So, and what's going to happen? What's going to happen here? Right with Kane and Nathan just got around to the fight. Lex, hello. Tyler, hello. Oh my gosh, Nathan, thank you. Well, probably I'm at least the best of who's on doing shows right now because nobody comes on early like this, do they? And previews today's card. Curtis, hello. All right, Joey, and we're rolling. Joey's put up an avatar. That's still our Joey. That's our Joey, right? Okay. Thanks, everybody. Let's get started with the NFL preview tonight. I want to go back. I want to go back and talk about my 8-2. I've really brushed over that pretty, but just because I'm pretty, we got to do that about 4 more days in a row here. Well, yeah, talk about Steph and what Steph looked like, Nathan, right on the bench because it's tired if you're Draymond Green. It's not professional, right? This is supposed to be professional and they were tussled up and everything. But you got to come in and be the old enforcer. You're just a thug. Come at me, Dre. System play. All right. Well, Thursday night football, and we get a good one with the Bengals and the Ravens tonight. Boy, that hook stands out like a sore thumb in this one with the Ravens at home against the Bengals. Do they know what's going on with the Ravens right now? Are we even following this team? Odds makers got to question what they're doing, putting that hook on there. The Ravens couldn't hold the lead at all right now. They just give it back and give it back because all of a sudden the great coaching of the Bengals or the Ravens can't figure out that you need to run the ball when you got a good rushing offense like they do. Instead, they still try to pass. They get themselves in trouble. Jackson is the guy you want making plays, but you don't, when he's in the clutch and he needs the run or the pass, it does make him quite, that's what makes him great. But protecting a lead, taking to the air, not scrambling as much, that's where the mistakes happen, it seems like. So thanks. Good to see you, Panger, as well. Ari's coming in with the numbers already. So but here for me, like I said, the Ravens, they can't hold leads. How are they going to hold a lead against the Bengals, who, quite frankly, starting to play pretty well? Starting to play, they're one of the hottest teams in the league. That's what makes this game so great. Uh, uh, Ravens have won what four of their last five, and gone 3-2 against the number. The Bengals have won and covered four of their last five, and they're averaging 26.5 points per game. Uh, in those games, they're dominating the turnover margin right now. Ravens are getting off to great starts. Here's what, and I mentioned this because Nathan said Ravens first half -2. Ravens have outscored their opponents in the last 7 games, 125-28 in the first half. They're really getting off to massive starts. And look at this total 45.5. Now, here's the thing primetime unders. Ramon, what's the latest? Well, I don't know if we need to go into the whole deal here maybe we should. We got NFL later, but so remember the Thursday game, the other days are ridiculous. If you combine Sunday and Monday night, it's 19 unders and 3 overs. On Thursday night, it's 6 unders and 4 overs. And this total is pretty high. And why not? I mean, you do have, Joey B definitely back into form and all that. And of course, with Lamar. So I would think the total actually could be. We might get it tonight, you guys. We might get that over in this one because, like I said, Baltimore can't hold leads. You definitely have pretty pretty solid offenses, no doubt about that. You look at injury report tonight for the game. For the Bengals in this one, you got T. Higgins is currently out, but we did see Jamar Chase, right? Remember, we were kind of questioning whether he'd be in there and last game, and he was not only in there, he looked like he was making a pretty big impact on the game. Matt wants to take those points with Cincinnati. Fly Guy says go over. Ferner's got to stick to that under. Says, you know what? Take the Ravens. He'll buy it down because I don't think we're getting any breaks from the bookmaker on a 3 here. So, Ferner will have to lay a little juice to get off that hook, it looks like. I'm pretty much where can we get any? I don't think any. Does any 3 flats exist out there? I'm not calling you out for. I know what you're doing. No big deal. You want to get rid of that hook. And if you think they're going to win, that's what you're going to have to do, right? Thank you, Ferner, for giving us that injury update. All right. I'll make the call, but you guys got one last chance here. I got more to discuss here in this one. And Ferner got it early. He says here he saw a 3 opener. I never had a chance. Well, I wasn't interested necessarily. 2.5 minus 120. That would be an absolute steal, Nathan. Quite frankly, if you could get 2.5 minus 120, I'd be interested to know where you could do that because you could get some pretty interesting plays going with a number like that and somebody off market there because unless I'm missing something, it's 3.5 at minus 110. So somebody's getting a little crazy. I would think 2.5. Let's see what Bovada's got at 2.5. I would imagine it'd be about like $1.75 to get on to 2.5, quite frankly. Let's see. I'll just pop it in here in the back. We got to get moving. They never want me to spend more than a couple minutes on these games. I'm showing Baltimore to 2.5 minus $1.30. Great job there, Nathan. I'm way off on that. So big discounts here on Thursday night. Good job there. I'm dealing. I've got my books are too square, I guess. I'm gonna have to load up some of these other books. Yeah, $1.30. That's all I can get. So I'll look for $1. Oh no, okay, Bovada $1.25 on that 2.5. Okay, I got you. Maybe I gotta stop playing with these paper heads. I don't know. No, I wouldn't say. Oh, can't say that. I've got my paper heads. You know that. All right, Bengals 15-7-1 last 23, coming off a loss. Or I'm sorry, yeah, last 23 games coming off of a loss. Also, Bengals 5-1-1 against the spread, last 7 as a road dog, and the Bengals 4-2-1 last 7 against AFC North teams on the road. So watch out for those Bengals too. They've scored touchdowns on 5 straight opening drives when they've had the ball. And for the Ravens, 1-6 against the spread in their last 7 division games at home. Um, so Ravens won. Of course, they played once already this season. It was 27-24. The Ravens did win that one. They were 3-point dogs, but ironically, a 3-point game and a little bit of over. So that was back in week 3. The Bengals are 7-2 in their last 9 trips in here to Baltimore. I think is what Nathan was alluding to there on those meetings. Also, the over. We talk about this division, right? We talk about the nature of the play in the AFC North. And while this is that high total, I'm showing actually, I got to update it because I'm going over tonight. And I'll do it. I think I've already got toasted a few of these on show Thursday night over picks. Again, this is the one where if you're going to buck the trend a little bit, Thursday night might be the one. And with these guys and what I said about the Ravens, I would imagine they keep coming back on each other. 5 of the last 6 meetings between these two teams have gone over. All right. So we're always looking, hey, if you can find the over trends, if you will, uh, uh, might be the kind of the way to go sometimes when we're talking about all these unders right now. We'll talk about them more later on. We got to keep the show moving. And appreciate your comments. Looks like you guys were done there. All right, there is one game in college football tonight. Thankfully, just one, but a decent game here between Boston College and Pittsburgh. Say decent because you've got Boston College. It didn't work out actually last week for Boston College, and I thought they actually threw in a clunker there in that game because they had been so hot to kind of turn things around, and then run up against a Virginia team that pretty okay. That's okay. No problem. I mean, Boston College isn't a world beater. This has been a bad season for Pittsburgh, quite frankly. We know that they have just a couple of wins so far this year, so maybe not a great game after all. But for Boston College, 6-4, 4-6 against the spread. But look at this; these teams are a combined 14-5-1 to the over so far this season. For the Eagles, they're 3-3 in conference. They've won 5 of their last 6. And for Pittsburgh, 1-5 in conference. They've lost 4 straight. Their only win in conference was a 38-21 decision over Louisville. Pittsburgh 2-6 against the spread in their last 8 games as a home favorite. They've gone over, as I said, in 5 of their last 7-3 to the over overall this season. See if you guys got a few comments in here on the game. Joey may be leaning here. It says Boston maybe is live. Daryl. Uh, oh man, so Daryl, I guess I was wrong then when I have already given out the over in the CFL game this weekend. So, and I do hear some other experts such as yourself already on that under. So I guess I'm going to learn my lesson there, getting out in front there and trying to go over early because it looks like we've seen right now in that CFL championship game, Winnipeg by 8.5, 46.5, and I was calling for some points, but all right, I didn't check the weather. I may have actually called the site wrong. I might have said it was in. I don't remember. I might have said it right. I thought I said it was in Hamilton, but I might. Then I was thinking about it later, and I said, "Did I say it was in Saskatchewan?" So just to make it clear, it's in Hamilton apparently. Yeah, the offenses are uh, definitely leaves something to be desired, but I don't know. I have to agree with that. I'm with that premise probably there, Joey. Thank you, Daryl. Yeah, yeah. All right. I'm going to go ahead and look. Pittsburgh is favored here, right? So I don't know. To me, that kind of says something, right? Because I Boston College is coming in here. I might just go with the market perception here. In fact, it's not 2, right? It's actually up to 3. Yeah, let me update that. I punch these in way in advance. You know me and my preparation. I mean, always prepared like a Boy Scout, showing this one down to 45.5 at some spots. So that's how the move has been. Um, I was I got up to the Webelos. I don't know. You know what that means? Even is that even a thing anymore? Uh, But boy, I could race those wooden cars, man. I could craft a wooden car. All right, Pittsburgh here -3. So does that say anything to you guys? Are people just going to look at this and at the records and say, well, you got to take Boston College here. They're getting a field goal. They're 6-4. Felt like they were broken last week to a certain extent. To lose that game, that was very, very concerning. Looks like Darren's got a form of a teaser here in a little bit with an SGP, buying it down and teasing it up, buying more points and teasing it up. So, all right, let's get on with this one. I'm going to go ahead and take Pittsburgh here. I'm going to trust this move. Figure I don't know what I'm doing when it comes to football. Uh, if I see the Boston College as a better team, better record so far this season, and Pittsburgh is I don't know if I could do this actually, but just I'm going to have to trust these sharps in a game like this and take Pittsburgh. Just going to go because the trends would kind of indicate that Boston College might be the side. So you want to market handicap there. That's what I'm doing. I'm going Pittsburgh and say that I don't know what I'm doing, so I'll take Pittsburgh. The sharps must know more than me. So I don't know if that makes it right or wrong, but that's the way I feel about a game like this, where the kind of nondescript, Thursday night game. Yeah, Boston College going bowling, Pittsburgh not. And thank you for your props there, Jared, in the Thursday night game. go to the NBA. NBA action on Thursday night. We had a pretty good day yesterday here. A lot of winners, I thought, on the show, right? We had the under in the Cavaliers Blazers late game. We had the over in the King. I'm still trying to remember if we even, I'm not going to push out of that. Help me out if you guys remember. I'm sorry about that. Um, we were, I know it was close. We did have the over in the Wolves and the Suns, despite that late scratch in that game of Beal. We also had the Suns as a premium winner, laying the points to those pesky Timberwolves. But again, I was talking about how maybe this will be okay after all, because you don't have, yes, maybe KD, but I think KD, if you get him with another chemistry killer, then it might not work out. Beal and Booker, I'm not putting them in the chemistry killer category. I consider those guys uh, pretty steady. They're not going to mess with you. They're not going to mess you up too much. Bucks and Raptors. We did have the premium winner there over with the Bucks and the Raptors yesterday. So winners yesterday here on the show. All right. That's also we had the winner Mavericks and Wizards over. So plenty of winners. Let's get rolling. Let's have some winners on this one. Now there has been some early action here, some steam, if you will, with this game. We saw it already come in on both games here tonight, as far as the total's concerned. This and both were pretty much the move came right when we were on the air. So I'll update it right now and get you the latest line, because this ain't it. But it's only down to maybe 216.5, and looks like the Heat are about a 3-point favorite in this one. So let's call it 3.5 and 216.5. That looks like the most popular line, maybe the consensus line here. And Nets, here's a play here on the Nets for Chad. For me, look, we've been all over the Nets so far this season. It's been one of our one of our go-to teams, no doubt so far. But this feels like maybe not quite the spot that I want them in right now. Believe it or not, as good as they've been to us, I mean, this spread record has been absolutely terrific so far this season. They have 9 wins and 2 losses against the spread so far for the Brooklyn Nets. The Heat, they're like we would expect from the Heat as far as money is concerned. They are 7-4 overall, but 4-6, 4-6-1 against the spread. So, Chad, the Heat's too hot and god awful. What does that mean? Okay. Here in this one. So, well, anyways, the reported steam came in just as we were going on the air. They moved on the under. It doesn't look like. Hello, Thurman. Hello. Thank you, Gerardo. Appreciate you. Catch up with you maybe in the chat today. Send us some soccer bets. Get Gerardo's. I won't say exclusive. Gerardo does give out plays on a lot of sites, but feels like we got a little bit of exclusivity because Gerardo, who posts a lot in chat rooms, we get his plays in the Discord. They're there all day, and you can go back and reference them. Thank you for everything, Gerardo. All right. Darren says, check that injury report, Ramon. That's what we'll probably end up doing, is only do it when you guys tell me to do it. Hero still is going to be out for this one, looks like, with an ankle injury. Kevin Love status upgraded to probable. Caleb Martin upgraded to probable. We know Simmons currently out indefinitely. That does hurt. That's not we can't really. We can, I guess we would still call him quirky, right? We can, and Cam Thomas has been out for a week or two. Here's Ari says, give me the under on this one with that steam coming in on the total. And look, I think it probably looks pretty solid for me, but just not sure. I think at this point on the total in this one, but gosh, I just don't want the Heat when they can't seem to cover these numbers that often. That's what it feels like. Thank you, Thurman, for the college basketball. Thank you, Jared, for the line update as well. So, all right. I might just, I mean, yeah, boy. Uh, I know I'm seeing it move again here. I see Circa just moving the total. They're moving on the under in this game right now. They're moving it lower. So take advantage of that. Jared said 216 at FanDuel already. So this thing is on the move lower. I mean, that's, uh, I'm liking it. And I guess for me, I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to go ahead and take Brooklyn after all. If it's down to 3, I'll go ahead and adjust it here. Give myself the worst of the line. Brooklyn's been so good to us. Maybe the line's gone a little bit too low. If it was a pick 'em or something, but I'm going to grab a couple of baskets here with Brooklyn. The sharps are clearly on Brooklyn here. I'm showing sharps by my estimation, have to like Brooklyn by at least 5, 6 to 1 here in this game. So, and my definition of sharps my definition. So, you think what you want? Yeah, Chad, I knew it. Yeah. Well, here's the thing. These are the ones that I kind of gravitate towards an unpopular favorite a lot of times, but the Heat's spread record is just so bad, right? If it was a mediocre spread team at home, maybe I could get off the Nets here, but I don't know. The Heat just record just so bad. They are just such a terrible, terrible cover here. Right, not only right now, it just seems like they've been, look, 7-4 straight up. 4-6-1 against the spread. That kind of says it all, right? Look at what Milwaukee, the situation we joked about with them, not covering any numbers. And I'm not referencing last night's game on that necessarily, but the Nets are 6-5 and 9-2 against the spread. Yeah, do I want like 4.5 or something? Who doesn't? Okay, here we go. Another good one here with the Thunder and the Warriors tonight. And no problem. I saw you guys with some comments already on this game. I don't know if I can go back with all the comments we've had so far about this game, but does Draymond's suspension begin tonight? He's been suspended 5 games, I would imagine. Is there an appeal process? Draymond Green ain't going to win any appeals. They should give him another game for appealing. Made myself laugh. Curry out, of course. We know that. That's why the Thunder come in here as a 2-point favorite, and the total at 226.5. This might be the spot where you want to maybe consider the Warriors if Green's off the court and you need everybody to step up in the absence of Steph Curry. Unfortunately, they're just going up against one of the best money teams around, and the Oklahoma City Thunder just seem to cover at will. Dell. We do know that we mostly like to take the Thunder when they're getting the points. Chad says, hey, no Draymond, no Curry, no problem. This is actually a better spot for them when they don't have guys like that. I'll give it to you with Draymond, but not to have Curry. But again, it's baked in line, and this is a spot you sometimes got to look for, right? The public would say, oh, no Curry, I'm not taking him. Or would they? Yeah, Jared said 5-game suspension. Does that take effect tonight? I think it's supposed to, but there is an appeal process. So yeah, I'd probably need like 6 points. Well, maybe 5 to get involved with the Warriors here. I think I want the Thunder. Nathan's on the Thunder. And I just refuse to say the word, Nathan. I'm sorry. But you continue to say it, no problem. I like it, but it's just overused phrase over there, over at some of the channels. Or it's a those guys have a great, funny show, no doubt about it. Okay, let's make the call here. Thomas on OKC. Chad says it should be 6. Maybe those sharps are coming in and keeping it down with Golden State, or maybe we just also, Chad, maybe we are in flux here. I feel like I want to type in Draymond into the old tweet deck machine and see what comes up as far as an appeal or anything like that. I didn't go that far this morning with that research. Nathan says no Draymond. He also says no Clay, but what does that stem from? I have to look that up now because I have Clay in this game. So let me know, Nathan, on that, please. Now you got me wanting to type in Clay here and see what's going on because that caught me by surprise all of a sudden. Okay. Not seeing. I don't have him on the injury report. All right. I don't know on that. I just can't find any information right now. I've got Clay in the game in a good matchup with. Look, Giddy's a good player. He's not the best defensively, I don't think. Thank you, Ari. Yeah, I can't wait to see that information. Thank you, you guys. It seemed like a done deal. I didn't believe any of the appeals, any of the money coming in from Oakland. You can't. Here's the thing: if you're the A's owners, right? And I'm not trying to sell it because I'm here in Las Vegas now, and they better not change the name of the team. I'm going to go down there right now because I've heard one of the names. It's not good, and uh, anyways, right, Oakland, you had your chance. You've had 20 years, and you all of a sudden now you're going to come in with the money. This maybe we could look the Warriors. Look what happened to them. They had to move out of Oakland. We're talking about the Warriors right now. So how about the A's? No, Oakland ain't spending any money on any. Uh, any. Okay, Nathan. Thanks. No, I don't know. I don't think an ejection is a suspension. That's. I don't think an ejection results in a suspension. Okay, so yeah, good to know that. I'd love to look into that right now. We got to keep moving with the show, but thank you very much for that great information, Ari and Daryl. Las Vegas Athletics sounds absolutely terrific. I would go with a dark green. I would darken the green, and I would golden up the gold, kind of like the Vegas Golden Knights. I'd keep the colors, the color of money in Las Vegas. That's what you want. The A's should be the A's. The Athletics should be the Athletics. They were the Athletics in Philadelphia. They were the Athletics in Kansas City. They were the Athletics in Oakland. It's just a shame to throw away the tradition of the Athletics baseball franchise. Yeah, did they get their glory in Oakland? World Series champion, 2 big time baseball dynasties through the years. Great history there. Keep the Athletics tradition. Believe me. Listen up, athletics organization. Cut this and send it out there. Do not change the name, especially to that horrible name I heard earlier, which was really just tasteless. All right. Oh, did we make the? This is what they don't want me to do: is getting all involved in these games. We're talking basketball. So, all right. In this one with the Thunder and the Warriors, Thunder here maybe a favorite for a reason. Maybe they are actually as advertised as far as how good this team might be, right? Because they're not only that, just 7-4 right now, straight up. They are also 8-3 to the over so far this season, but the steam came in just moments before the show on the under in this game as well. So they've already hit this one down to, like I said, I'm showing some twos at some spots, but it keeps going back up to 2.5. But this total has dropped here to 226.5. And with the Warriors, I often feel like the right way to go. Now, no doubt, Thunder has been going over. Warriors are 5-7 to the under so far this season. So, but still, maybe the Thunder ends up carrying this, and it ends up as a kind of an over game here. Is kind of what I feel like. I might have to fade this team a little bit and take the over. No Curry, I get it, but it does seem like they'll still. Okay, that maybe that's why the pullback is there. I'm going over tonight with the Thunder and the Warriors. I'm going to fade this steam here. We got to keep it moving after all my rants and tirades. And thank you for coming in. I mean, hey, you guys got to keep me on track. Thank you for your plays, Daryl, and your information, as always. I've got to get into the National Hockey League now because this is what you came for. And coming off last night, where I had a premium winner with the Ducks and the Avalanche over. We had that one. We also had the Flyers yesterday. Yes, we did. Flyers on the puck line over the Hurricanes. And we also gave out, as I said, Edmonton. Uh, you know, somebody was going to win, and that wasn't easy. And we also had the winner in the late game last night, final and overtime, Vancouver 4-3. So we gave out some favorites, but if they win, that's all you can do, right? At least that's all I can do. All right. And Beezy said I made a mistake there on that Thunder Warriors. Okay. All right, let's get started here with the Red Wings and the Senators. In this one, I'll call up the goalies, make sure we got it right. We got to whip through these. Reimer is confirmed in. That was yesterday. The beat writer had reported that. So Reimer confirmed in here as the starting goalie for the Red Wings tonight. And I think I'm expecting Corpusalo here in goal for the Senators. It's awesome. Pretty strong movement early. And in this one, for me, I would have to think goals are coming with these two teams here, especially with. Let me take a look here. Oh, no. Once I go on another winning streak, I'll buy another computer. All right. I don't know. I might be missing something there in the chat. Here, what if I think about what I'm thinking here about this game with Reimer? I have my questions. It will be Corpusalo. He is likely to be in goal for the Senators in this one, but I'm looking to go over as my play here on. Remember, this one does go off at 2 Eastern, 11 Pacific. This is an afternoon contest in Ottawa tonight for Reimer. Husso didn't make the trip with the Red Wings, so this is an international game here being played in Sweden. Oh, that's what you guys were talking about. Thank you. Yeah, salty fly guy. Thank you. See, I was like, what does he mean? And so change the graphic. Thank you. You guys are great. And yeah, so Husso did not make the trip though over in this one. That's why Reimer has been confirmed in this one, the veteran, and we'll see. I don't know what Husso's status is. I think it's listed as personal, so we don't know really what's going on, or at least I don't here. Otto's won two of their last three. They've got that, great offense. Certainly one of the best scoring offenses in the league right now, right? You got to have them in the top three, four, five teams scoring wise in the league currently. And I'm going to go over here with these two teams tonight over there in Sweden. And Detroit coming in. Both teams done pretty well this season. I mean, I've got them ranked pretty strong here, moving up the charts. And I probably should have Ottawa up higher. Why do I have them? I don't think they should be there. I'm going to have to move Ottawa up for sure. Detroit coming in 8-5-2 overall. Ottawa 6-7. These two teams are combined 18 and 8. 18-8-2 to the over so far this season. So I think that helps out a little bit on my trend. At 6.5. What are you going to do? Thank you, BZ, for your parlay here today. I will take the over with these two teams, and I would think I might be just hanging out a little bit, waiting on this one as far as the side is concerned. I think I thought my lean was Ottawa. Let me just dial it back here a little bit, and I'll take the over. We're back now here in the North America with the Golden Knights on the road here, big favorite against my Canadians. And this one, $2 favorite here with looks like Logan Thompson, Sam Montembeault in the net. And maybe I'm going to change both goalies right now because it looks like the websites have going with consensus here. The regulars in there. We got Hill going for the Knights. You got, Allen. I think Sam is there. I don't know. Montreal's goalies might be a little bit interchangeable here at this point. Allen is a 3.3 goals against, 91% save percentage. Numbers aren't great, but 3-3-1 overall. Hill has been dynamic, 7-1-1 record, 1.75 the goals against, couple of shutouts this season, and a 94% save percentage. So I think I'm going to probably end up liking the goaltending matchup here. I want to take a look at some of your comments. Here's VGK for Darren. He'll lay it tonight against my Canadians. Looks like the action's been pretty back and forth as far as the sharps are concerned. I'm not sure I can even get on the side here. Lex says, give me the team total to go over. That can't bode well for me. I was looking at the dogs. I was looking at the under. Beezy says, I love the underdogs. He knows I love my Montreal Canadiens. That's what I love. Werner says, go over in this one. I'm not feeling it. I think I'm feeling under. So far, you got, Vegas this season on the road. They are 4-2. A little bit of profit so far, usually a big favorite like this. For Montreal, though, at home so far, they are 5-5. They played, majority of their games at home so far. They've lost 2 straight overall, and just a little bit of profit here at home. But yeah, I'm probably not going to be wanting to pass up this puck line tonight with Montreal, even against Vegas. I think Montreal might be playing just well enough to get the money here tonight. But I do like that. I'm also contemplating the under one of those two plays, possibly. For Ram Z World. Banger says, let's get out the octopus in this one. Let's get out those octopuses. Can I say that? And minus $1.50, not the most comfortable, man. But and you know what? That total is down Oh boy, do I have it listed at 6.5? I see where Ferner said go over 6, and I have it listed 6.5 on screen. But if this one's mostly 6, okay, let's do this. I'm gonna go under here as my play. I didn't know that Donald says Montreal can get this puck line. Darren says if you like the under, yeah, maybe. Ferner says give me the Canadians on the puck line. Beezy's laughing because I got the line wrong, but it definitely was 6. Um, maybe it wasn't. I thought there was some 6.5s out there. Right now, it's 6/20, 6/15. So I'll just go under now since it's 6, and I like the under. So I'm not going to give it out as a premium, probably at 6. Salty Fly Guy's got his play. Ari says he'll take under. Jared likes that team total, more team total. Big Balla, Shaikala. Thank you so much, Big Balla. Nice to see you. Thank you. Good to see you, sir. Appreciate that. And we've been having some winners. Hopefully, we get some more tonight. Here we go. Final. Coyotes will take on the Blue Jackets NHL action here for Thursday night. In this one, currently showing the Coyotes as a road favorite. Check the record book. Stop the presses. What's going on here? The Coyotes. They've improved so much this season. Yeah, they're playing Columbus tonight. So Coyotes on the road, $1.20, maybe even $1.20. 25 so far. And that total, probably 6.5 over at minus 120 or so. That's about a, high total here with these two teams. You got, of course, Arizona coming in 7-6-2. That's pretty good. 10-5 on the puck line. They're also 10-5 to the over. Columbus 4-8 on the season. 4-8-4 and 9-7 on the puck line so far. And see here if there's been the moves that I'm looking for. All right. I'm going to probably be on Arizona here, I would think, with Vesmilka in net. Going up against Merzlikins here. Let me make sure that's what they have. No, in fact, Connor Ingram, I'm showing now likely in goal. So let's go ahead and switch that. It's not going to change it for me, even though Vesmilka is the, number one goalie. Lex says, give me the Coyotes team total over. Darren wants to go over today. And for me, I'm not sure. I'm not sure I'm sold on the over, quite frankly, at this juiced up price. So I'm going to go ahead and take Arizona in this one on the road to get it done. Still trusting the Coyotes right now. Pretty excited about their prospects, and I'll take them tonight in this one. So will Ferner. And I was going to read my goalie statistics, but okay. Got to move on unless I can get to it right away. Ingram. So Ingram's 5-1 with a 2.87 goals against. So high goals against, 91% save percentage. But again, the Coyotes playing so well, and look at that record, right? I didn't even realize that Ingram. Certainly, the numbers for Vesmilka and Ingram are kind of comparable, but Ingram, 5-1, and the team's 7-6-2. So he's been in there for a majority of these wins. Yeah, no problem, big ball. I wasn't going to show the comment on the screen either, but it wasn't in context, right? Because you were, I'm going to a funeral, but I've got the Canadians on the puck line. I'll be right. You could go to a wedding like uh, Mayhem does, right, and watch the football game, but probably not going to want to watch NHL at a funeral. Or I don't know. Maybe you do. Devils and Penguins, Schmid and Yari here. We're seeing the goalie. I better keep up on these today with so many that we've seen already. And then this one, Vanacek. Looks like Vanacek here in goal for the Devils. And that price definitely hanging around. It looks like 1.4. Oh, it's gone down. I'm showing $1.40, $1.35 now, maybe. Pittsburgh price going down on the Penguins discount. And the total definitely 6.5 over 30. It looks like for the most part with these two teams for the Devils. They are 7-6-1, but just 3-11 so far on the puck line this season. The Devils have gone over a massive 11-2-1 to the over so far this season. Pittsburgh's 8-6. They're 8-6 on the puck line as well, and they're 7 up and 7 down as far as the total is concerned. But should be interesting to note that for the uh, Devils, that 11-3 mark does include just 2-0 as an underdog. They end up being a dog here, of course, and uh, that puck line record is not comfortable at all at 3-11, but 0-2 is an underdog on the puck line for New Jersey. Here's Penguins for Ferner. Jared says Penguins are hot right now, no doubt. I mean, they've won all these games in a row currently. They beat Columbus last time out. They shut out Buffalo. They shut out Anaheim. They beat my Kings. It was just a great, great uh, they had a great road trip out west, came home to play one, went out and beat that Columbus team. So the Devils are hot. They're scoring goals, or, offense definitely blistering here at this point. So I might just probably got to end up on the over here, I would think. I think Salty's saying goals, goals, goals. And I don't know. That's probably the way I would look. It's a little bit uncomfortable. Hey, Rico Del Rosario. Hello. He's ready for that early game in college basketball. I think we can get to that before time. I don't want to make you wait. I'm just in the middle of my hockey previews, so they tell me not to cross them up. So I don't know if you're going to hang out, Rico, but uh, we could look at that game. It starts in an hour and 15 minutes, so please stay tuned. And Jared says the Penguins are all the way down to $1.28 currently in this one. So, all right, I will take the over the way the Devils are going. I mean, this is a wild run of overs currently. It looks like they've started to buy back a little bit on the under, but I'm not impressed. And I'm laying some juice here on the biggest total. 6.5 over 30. It's about as big as you can get on the total before that 7 comes into play. But we'll take the over here in this one. All right, Lightning and Blackhawks. These look like the goalies in this one with my man Jonas Johansson here on the road, laying $1.85 or so, and the total another big 6.5 over 30 here in this one with Lightning and Blackhawks today. for the Lightning on the road, or for the Lightning currently, they are 6-6-4 overall, 8-8 on the puck line. They've gone 8-6-2 to the over currently for the Blackhawks. They come in here with a 5-8 record overall, 7-6 on the puck line. They've just been 6-6-1 with the total so far, but Lightning seem to be going more over on the as a favorite here. They are 6-3 to the over so far this season, and the Blackhawks. Let me see what their over under at home is just 2-2. Hmm. I don't know. I think the Blackhawks here might look to be a good position against the Lightning. I might be apt to want to take this puck line. Been impressed so far. No problem with the Blackhawks. Uh, their improvement. Yeah, there's been some bad games. Where they a minus $1.55? All right. I'm gonna do that. They're gonna be able to answer here. This one may end up being a pretty high scoring game, I'm thinking, and I'm gonna try to take the Blackhawks here as a puck line dog. Uh, here's Blackhawks, or I'm sorry, Tampa Bay 3-6 as a puck line favorite so far. Darren will go over. He'll buy it down to 6. Ari says take the Blackhawks money line. I'll sprinkle it with you. Tyler's Blackhawks puck line. And I think Ari's going over here. That could have been the last game, though. I don't know. I'll take Chicago here on the puck line against the Lightning. Canucks and Flames here in this one. Kind of interesting, right? Because you got the Flames been absolutely miserable so far, and the Canucks have been one of the hottest, biggest stories of the league so far this season. The Canucks come in with a 12-3-1 record, 13-3 on the puck line. The biggest in a league full of surprises so far this year. Maybe none bigger than the Canucks actually flying a bit under the radar to a certain extent because of some of the teams that have turned it around. But really, really big story here. And for Calgary, well, they now have 5 wins. They're 5-8-2, but 5-10 on the puck line so far. They've been a huge disappointment. These teams have combined to go 18-10-3 to the over so far this season. You still have Calgary. This price has gone up. I might as well update it. Calgary's up to $1.40 here. And the one thing we have seen, I've talked about these teams quite a bit and the bad starts for these Pacific Division teams, Calgary and Edmonton. The odds makers' opinions have not necessarily changed when it comes to these teams' prospects moving forward. Like odds makers appear to expect them to at least come back, to the means a little bit here. A little bit of injury news here today on the Vancouver side. Pius Suter, he is going to be questionable for this one, and Kuzmenko, who was hit in the face, I believe, or had a facial injury, he is questionable for the game as well. So there is a little bit of injury information here with some pretty key players, somewhat key players here for Calgary. I think maybe line impacting players, because I think that's why we've seen this movement here. Darren says, though, Vancouver is still the side for him here, just maybe taking advantage of what I said with the odds makers not wanting to, necessarily move off of Calgary just yet for some reason. They're still sticking with Calgary. And, like I said, I've come back on Edmonton a little bit a couple of times here, laying big prices, thinking that is the right side, but I don't know. I think I want to try one more time with the Canucks here on the road. Yeah, Casey DeSmith is in there and not Demko, but I thought DeSmith looked pretty good. Let's see, what was the stats? He's 4-0-1, so he's undefeated and has a 2.67 goals against, 91.5 save percentage. For Markstrom, 3-6, 2.72 goals against, and a 90.5 save percentage. I'll take the Canucks here one more time and try to beat Calgary here with these hot Canucks. Just gonna go against right now uh, this this favorite here. Like I said, Edmonton, they weren't afraid to make them big chalk, and Edmonton came through. But I'm going to try one more time going against them against this team here. The Islanders will be at the Kraken NHL action here for Thursday night. And the Islanders on the road, a little bit of a dog here to the Kraken right now. And uh, I don't know. I don't know why necessarily. I mean, look what the Islanders right now. Look, I mean, these teams are comparable records. Certainly, the Islanders coming in 5-6-4. I think they've been a bit of a disappointment so far this season. Maybe even a bigger disappointment than Seattle. But I don't know. They could be live here. The Seattle's been. Are they starting to get? They're starting to pick up wins, and it's starting to feel like they could actually be that same team. Like they're not going to have that wild winning streak on the road, wild winning success on the road, but all of a sudden they picked up some road wins here. I think they're 3-3 on the road and 2-5 at home. So they're starting to look like the same team a little bit now. The Islanders are 0-7 as an underdog so far this year, straight up. That's got to be a big concern here. But Seattle, 2-5, like I said, 2-5 at home, just 1-2 as a favorite. They've actually covered two of their three puck lines, but I'm on the that line's not right, is it? I typed it in wrong, right? That they're not $1.80. No, you guys are already making fun of me in the chat, probably. I did say Seattle was favored. It was just a typo, but let me fix it here. That's the first official graphics error, right? 115, 6 under. Looks like I just left the graphic up there from the previous game, from the previous day, or whatever I was doing. This is the line right here, so you probably get the Islanders at 105 or even in this one. And I'm going to try the Islanders tonight on the road against the Kraken. Ferner's on the Kraken. Yeah, that's the way it is, Ari. That's the way it is. So you said you're new to hockey. I'd maybe take that attitude. Say, what are these people doing? Maybe I found my sport. Big baller says, "Oh man, you gotta take the Sharks," and we're ready to get to San Jose here in just a second. Because it's the Blues. Oh, that's what I had, right? I had the wrong line on the wrong. I had the okay. Okay, sorry about that. Give me a second, you guys. I had the Blues line on the Islanders game and the Islanders game on the Blues line, if you know what I mean. I had them backwards. That's why they were 200, because we know the Blues come in here. Bennington in goal, and he is 200 or so on the road. That's what it was. You got me. You got me, you guys. Total in that one has dropped from basically 6.5 all the way to 6. Pretty big drop here in the Blues and the Sharks. So maybe we get our Sharks expert here to clue us in a little bit on that big drop. I know he was talking about the money making with the Sharks here, but there we go. I think that's the matchup we're looking for with Bennington and Blackwood. Because you see, Baller here says the Sharks are the easiest money in the NHL. Well, I would take a little bit of exception to that. The Sharks so far this season are at the bottom, right? Or were you saying that? Oh, the fade is on the Shark. Okay, against the Shark. Baller. I don't know what I was thinking. I was like, what is he saying? But I wasn't, because it said the Sharks are the easy money made eight. I'm like, what is he talking about? Wasn't thinking about betting against the Sharks. Of course, you bet against the Sharks, is what he's saying. They are so far at home this season the biggest money burners around, right? I think they're down 7 units with their 0-7 record. So could the Blues come in here and wipe the floor again in this one? I would think so. I don't see no reason why not. Look, there have been obviously, I don't know how many spots have there been to take the Sharks, one or two, and they're it is professional sports. They're going to find their way to the winner's circle eventually. Thank you, Bala. Appreciate you. Are you out? Here's a Blues puck line, and oops, got the wrong one there. This one definitely. I kept saying that I'm showing this one at 6/20, but man, it's flirting with like I feel like this one might move higher a little bit, but I might just have to lay off the total and just take the Blues again. Look, the Sharks are 3-13 on the puck line so far this season. So there was one game where they covered the puck line that they didn't lose, and probably can roll with them again here. Big Baller isn't going to leave until I say I'm taking the Blues on the puck line. So you can, Big Baller, you can, if you have to go, I'll see you later. Thank you very, very much, and I'll make the play just on because of you and your stats today, and talking about how bad the Sharks have been. We know even I've laid puck lines so far without discretion since this has been happening a little bit. Yeah, we got bit a couple times trying to get cute with the Sharks, but feel like we rolled with them now at the right time. And I think tonight again, I'm willing to go against the Sharks again tonight. I know it's easy. I know it's too easy. And I'm not going to, I don't know if I'll do it like I said, every game is different. And I'll take this plus $1.20. Oh my gosh. Let's do it. Take the Blues, buck line. I don't think we need to break it down. Well, we did. Sharks 3-13, buck line. Here we go. Here's the Panthers and the Kings with looks like Bob's in there tonight for the Panthers. Oh yeah, Stolar's I don't think he's injured, but he certainly was roughed up there the last game. Player had crashed into him, remember, in the third period, and it looked like he was going to come out, but he didn't come out. If I remember that one right, there's only I'm only watching 50 games a night, right? So in this one, for me, maybe I might be ready to step up and step out against my Kings here for once in this one. This might be a spot that I might play against the Kings here. What are you guys up to? Florida right now, 10-4-1. Kings 8-3-3. This feels like the game of the night here. And Panthers looking pretty decent. They're getting a decent price. If it's up, is it up to 155? No, of course not. Otherwise, we would have been on it seconds ago. This one has dropped down. Florida's obviously the sharper side here, right? So maybe I have to switch, but I do feel like this is a spot to fade my Kings a little bit. Now I'm not getting any value, so this would probably qualify for a free play. Uh, Not that I'm trying to give away games with no value to you guys. I'm trying to give away the winners. And if I like the total or something, I'm just going to give out the play with less value. I'm not gonna sit here and lie and say the Florida Panthers have any value. I'm probably going to be on the Panthers. They got no value here. This game was higher here. Um, like I said, Kings were as high as $1.35, maybe. So 10 cents off of them, pretty much. And I'm gonna take the Panthers. I'll take them on the puck line here to beat my Kings tonight. And if uh, if my Kings lose, hey, I'll be rewarded with some money. Yeah, Salty says, the King, right, and that's just it for me. I think the Kings, for whatever reason, they've just a little bit more tense at home. It feels like, right? They've just won one of three games at home. The thing is, going on the road and playing so well, that is to me a good sign. Has me feeling positive about the Kings' chances here moving forward. BZ on the Panthers. So, all right. And as far as total, I mean, I don't know if I'm saving it, playing it, whatever. The sharps so far to appear to be on the over. The Kings are 6-1 to the over at home so far. Florida's 9-6 to the over overall. And that's a look at the NHL. And we'll appreciate you guys on that. All right. We've got coming up here a little bit of college basketball. So let me medicate. It's hard, when you're talk for 2 hours and you got a dry Vegas air that I'm not used to, and chapping up, and it hurts when I'm talking. All right. Okay, so this nice college basketball card tonight. Let's start with um this team. Okay, shall we? With the steam that's come in here today. This was as of 9 Eastern and 6 Pacific. So I don't know if I can actually get to you the latest Steam, but this hopefully will be enough here as far as if you're truly interested in this. I was hoping to maybe get it a little bigger. Here we go. Oh, all right. We'll see if you can see it. We'll bring this up now. And so these are the Steam moves so far from Don Best as of 9 a.m. Eastern and 6 Pacific. And we'll see what we have here. You can screenshot these, write them. Oh, that's so small. I'm sorry, you guys. Gosh. Hopefully, you can blow that up and see it. I'm going to try to devise a way possibly to get these in there to you. But for me, we'll just have to go with this like this right now. And I think it's better than reading them off. So, like I said, there were some late ones that came in, and maybe we can but uh, give you a few seconds to digest those, screenshot them, pick a few out, write a few down, or whatever. These are not plays. This is just, and again, when you look at these, all these games will have moved 4 out of 5, 5 out of 6, or more. Will have already moved to worse lines than this, but that's because these were the ones that the screen lit up and went all red or all black, however you want to look at it. That the all the books changed at the same time because of a triggered move. So, Tyler, we'll get to some other games as well. Yeah, let's do it. Okay, did you guys get that? All right, I'm going to find a way to get it into the system here and maybe get it kind of blown up on screen better. And like I said, screenshot it and you can blow it up big time. Hopefully, you guys got it to do it. You can rewind it. Thanks, Ferner. Yeah, sorry about that. Okay, let's talk about these games. Okay, let's get to the game we're asked about first. Here from Tyler with Oklahoma State and Bonaventure. And we also got a request on that first game too, right? So these are the ones we're saying we're gonna kind of give you guys a benefit here and let you pick and choose what you want to do with all the college basketball games. And when I do these, they won't necessarily have um, big handicaps, but I definitely have my numbers and I just want to see them move, see the current line and compare it to what I have here. And yeah, we've had mixed results, but we'll see now with this one. It is a 3.5 still for Oklahoma State. Okay. Mm-hmm. 749. Here. Oh, there we go. All right. Yeah. Showing threes. I'm showing some 2.5s now, and the total down to 136. Hello, Robert. Always good to see you. So 2.5 now it looks like in this one. And for me, looking right now, I would think I want to be on Bonaventure. The move's on Bonaventure, and I favored that move. So far. The Sharps appear to be on Bonaventure. I'd say probably by about 3-1. If you see that line movement and action there in the game compared to the tickets running so heavy, almost on both sites right now. The tickets running heavy here on Oklahoma State. 60%, close to 60%, even higher at Don Best. Yet the move is on Bonaventure here a little bit, back to Bonaventure. I'm going to, college basketball for me is about the markets. And you can go and handicap the game. Hey, if you're a college basketball, if you remember Maxwell Smart, Max, if you're out there, shout out to you. It's college basketball season. Everybody misses you. And no one does it like you. But unless you have a photographic memory like Maxwell Smart can recite all those players and trends, stats, and all that. People know more about college basketball than me, even though I watch this thing all day long. ESPN, flipping those games back and forth. Maybe they don't, but nonetheless, I think the market makers are going to be smarter than me. And I'm going to take Bonaventure here plus 2.5 in this game. And I even think I like the total. I might save it. I might tip it out here because the steam has kind of been rolling in. It's mixed, but I don't know. I would think this one kind of will be a high score, don't you, Tyler? At one, what is it now? 130, 136.5. So we'll save that. We'll save it. And yeah, Perky, let's do it. Let's do it. Somebody else asked about it as well. What do you got, Perky? Great call. Were you here when I shouted you out? Great call yesterday. I had Princeton. You had Princeton. You gave out Princeton. Robert says, "What a he had the Y last night. I just took him in pocket, Robert. So I don't like to talk about in pocket plays too much. It's an insult to the. I'd rather sit here and you know talk about 50 free plays and just try to be honest with everybody. But if I say in pocket, like I'm not going to tell you about my losers, in pocket losers anyway. Okay, let's take a look at this one here between College of Charleston and Vermont. Hello to Cindy, as always. What a pleasure. Cindy says, "How about Vermont at halftime?" Looks like is that Vermont at halftime? That's what it looks like? Vermont first half. but they should be maybe not because they're getting in the first half probably just. Um, oh yeah, maybe they are getting two in the first half. Wow, because this line is up to 3.5 or so. So we do indeed, Robert. It is Charleston 3.5 and 145. You bet I do, BZ. I've played poker on national TV before. I've been at one of those televised tables, believe it or not. I was a dealer for 15 years. So longer. I was a dealer one place for 15, another place for a few more years. So I'm an old dealer and I've been betting sports. Yeah, Robert. Everybody cashed at that point. It made the final. Actually, it was a. It wasn't one of those big ones. It was a. It was nationally televised on Fox Sports Net, but it wasn't one of those big money. It was just. It was one of those. I won a free roll online on the Club WPT. You might remember, and that show. And once you got to there, they send you to Los Angeles, and you stay at a beautiful hotel. Man, got a lot of money out of it because, like, if you count the package too. Hi, David. Congratulations to your Granite Hills Eagles. So, anyways, Perky, let's talk about it. You've already had your opinion, I believe, on the Charleston game today. I think I like. I don't know. I thought I liked Vermont. What do you guys like? I was thinking Vermont, probably Vermont and under for me. Let's see here. Anything else? I don't have the odds board on that. This is, like I said, the first game. So Jared says he likes Charleston to get this. The move is on Charleston. There's no doubt about it. And yeah, I did see some action here just come in on Charleston over the last couple of minutes. Um, I better stay. I better just take the total. You guys like Charleston, so I'll take the under in this one. I've already seen a pretty significant move, right? This one was as high as 149, and now it's gone down here to 145 ish. So I'll take the under. Looks like you guys are on Charleston. So yep, 11:30 Perky though. 11:30 for this game. Dave, I did NBA already at the beginning, David. So we talked about the Warriors tonight. Perky says, Ramon, what are you doing? Both teams have put up a lot of points in their first couple of games here. I get that, Perky, but for some reason the odds makers are moving the line lower, as if to say, Perky, here, have some more money. Here's some free money. Uh, Vermont against Merrimack. Final score was 67 to 55, 122 points in Vermont's only game so far against a Division One opponent. Yeah, they scored 92 in a 51-point victory over Plattsburgh, but I'm not gonna worry about that one too much. That was, I believe, an exhibition for Plattsburgh. As far as Charleston, they're the ones putting up the big time points. You know that. And thank you, Robert, as well. And David says, "How about Blake Snell? Is he? He says, our boy. Has he been traded to Milwaukee? Or has he been? Does he sign with Milwaukee? Because he is not going to be a Padre anymore. That's for sure. But congratulations to him." Charleston scored a 90. They scored 72. They're averaging 71.5 points per game so far. They are 1-1. They beat Iona, and they lost to Duquesne. Yeah, he won the award, but he's leaving town. He's not staying with the Padres. So good luck to him. And I don't know if you'd heard the big news, Dave, about the Padres this week, but it's been a pretty sad. A lot of sadness here yesterday with down at the ballpark. All right. I'm going to make the call there on the under. You guys look like you're on Charleston. I'll get to my games unless you got any others. I'm looking at the game with Utah here going up against Wake Forest. This is, oh, I went out of order. Darn it, you guys. I wanted to go with this game first. I hope they don't get mad. They just chop it up anyways as college basketball. So let me get this one off here with the Dayton today going up against LSU in college basketball action. This is an afternoon contest. This one goes off at 4 Eastern and 1 Pacific at Charleston, North Carolina, in the Charleston Classic at the TD Arena. You have Dayton coming in 1-1 so far. LSU also 1-1 so far this season for LSU. They have the victory, of course, over Mississippi Valley to open the season. They won by 46 points, and then they lost to Nichols. Looks like you guys are talking about it there, maybe a little bit in the chat as well, with Nichols and that upset. And Nichols in action today, of course, against South Alabama. For Dayton, they come in off of a loss as well, maybe a surprising loss. They lost, well, it was kind of an even matchup, but they lost to Northwestern 71-66. They did beat Edwardsville in the opener. So, all right. Well, for me, I think in this one, I don't know what you guys, do you have any comments with Dayton and LSU? Dave says he likes LSU in this one. Robert says Dayton is the better team. And Ari is on Dayton here. I think the move is on Dayton. I kind of want to roll with Dave here, actually. In fact, I'm showing the game now as a pick 'em in 134. Thank you, Rico. Maybe we'll get to those in just a moment as well. Appreciate your comments in there. And I think we can squeeze a few more in here. I do want to get to my NFL picks here, and I want to get off the air and watch that first game and enjoy the day. All right. I might end up going with Dave here, it feels like, but I'll take the under. You guys, a little bit of conflict in the chat, and I don't want to side against half my guys. And then I got Dave in there, my longtime buddy. And Robert says, oh, he's got some other plays. Here's Solo going over. Oh, just when I said I'm going under, Solo went over. Oh, well, Solo and I have a challenge in this one. See, I was trying to pick the total because no one went with the total, and it looked like it was split. So, all right, you guys, having fun with you guys today. And let's get back now to that. I'll do it. I'll do it right now, Rico. We can talk about this one. You want to know about the game before it with St. John's in North Texas. This one's at 1:30 Eastern, 10:30 Pacific. And I think, man, I think I see the steam has come in there on St. John's, but what's the line gone up to? Because I might be more interested in North Texas here. After seeing with St. John's in that first game. Maybe the action's on. Well, it's 4.5 right now at Bovada. There looks like steam coming in here, maybe on North Texas again. Now, look, it opened as low as St. John's 1.5 at DraftKings. Right now, it's 5.5 at DraftKings, but it is 4.5 at Bovada. It's 5 at South Point. I'm going to take North Texas before this gets for any of the value that I've already regained here. I'm taking North Texas today. Here, fade the public, Robert. Whoa, fade the public. Take the Johnnies. That doesn't make any sense, right? I mean, do you have North Texas as the public team here over Rick Pitino's St. John's? Now, maybe you're looking at ticket count, but I'm showing the Don Best ticket count is St. John's tickets running at 92%. And over on Sports Insights, I show the St. John's tickets running at 73%. I think St. John's is the obvious public side here. I want North Texas. I'm contrarian. You're right. I'm ticket count dude. Here's what you might be. Um, you're. I think you might brother is fading the move, right? You're fading the sharps to take St. John's here because now all of a sudden you're getting a little bit of value back. If this move follows through like it does, like I said, right now I only saw Bovada move to this 4.5. Still 5 or 5.5 everywhere. So why Bovada's gotten rogue here, I'm not sure. And I'm a ticket count dude, though, no doubt. I think ticket count weighs more for me than if one guy is going to come in and bomb, and the book will take it. That's why you see um, you know big money plays like that, and you're not going to take your big money plays. Actually, your sharpest players should have limits, and that's how the books, because that's how they want to do. They want to track. They know anybody who has any decent risk management in their room. you know, believe me, sitting in the room, if this doesn't work out, there's hopefully some job opportunities out there. I don't know. I'm not leaving this. This is too fun. Okay, give it to me. I'm going to take. I know we had the Dayton LSU up there, but I'm going to take North Texas here, going against Patino again. Here, you know what? It's kind of funny. Maybe Patino probably should have stayed at Iona, or probably hang out in some of those MEHAC schools rather than go back to or go hook up with St. John's. Maybe it won't work out after all. Hey, I got to get to this next game because right now on the move currently. This game is just moved on the total under here. Funny because I'm showing 151.5 on the screen, and apparently it had gone up since I had put in the line, and the move has just been coming in hit on the under here once again, so that maybe this line actually ends up as the right line with Utah and Wake Forest. This one also is in Charleston, South Carolina. This is the late game at 9 Eastern and 6 Pacific, game number 747. But no, I'll update it. This total's gone way lower than this. It's down now to 149.5. There's probably a 149. Well, I'm showing 148 at circa. This thing is dropping faster than I can type it in, and it's happening right this second. So that's why you're here, hopefully, on the show. There are a lot of totals moving right now, as a matter of fact, but let's focus on this one with Utah, a road favorite. I'm going to call it 148. You can't get much lower at this point before I would have to update it again. But this is actionable sports betting information for you right here with this total on the move. And this has been this group that's moving this line has been pretty sharp so far this season. So it's probably pretty significant. Also, Utah here was a 3.5 point favorite and now has moved up to 4.5. I'm not sure I even mind that move. And I'm probably let's just do it. I already like the under, and this feels a little bit painful, actually. 148 right now. So I'm going to take it under here and trust this move. I already missed out on at least 3.5 points just by sitting here with you guys, but I'd rather do that. Robert asking for the injuries from the chat room. Yeah, and if you have any specific requests in college basketball, I'll do it. But if anything, this is one of the games that has one. Probably the most significant injuries on the board today. I probably shouldn't leave you guys hanging too much on that, but it's mostly Wake Forest's Matthew Marsh. The forward is going to be out of this game. We don't know why, actually. Or at least I wasn't able to find out why or research it. I just am showing Marsh out. So I did not look it up. It could be an injury. I just don't know, but it is significant here today. That is the one injury in this game. Um, that is a little bit of concern here. But I wouldn't consider him, a big time. He is an impact player that's certainly worth mentioning when you talk about the injuries uh, in this game. So I guess I could maybe look up a little bit of who could pick up the slack here in this one. Just to let you know how much information I truly have here, and I'm usually just end up rambling to you guys, but we definitely can look at lineups and everything kind of on a moment's notice with some of these games. So I would imagine looking at it here now with Wake Forest, um, Carr, Hildreth, uh, probably pretty good games here. Miller, the front court for Wake, probably going to be pretty strong in this game. And same for Utah, though. Carlson, pretty good position here for him. Okay. Great. Oh no, I did, Robert. I already took the under in this game, Utah and Wake Forest. I got one more, I think, here in college basketball, and then our show's over for the most part. I will preview all the early games from the NFL and try to do it in less than uh, 15, 20, 30 minutes. Who knows? But maybe just give out the picks. One more tonight, and a pretty decent game. There's some other decent games I've kind of left off a little bit. Um, Spreads maybe were a little high. I don't know if you're too interested. Auburn, Notre Dame uh, was an interesting game to look at. But 14.5 point spread. Notre Dame's obviously not quite going yet very well. They're no good. Here's Missouri and Minnesota tonight. And this one goes off at 9 Eastern and 6 Pacific. Seen some movement here, really just within the last, since we've been on the air, a real sharp move to the under that's caught my attention. You see it all the way down here to 147. It started to go up. Sharps were hitting it. They were hitting it. What is it right now? It might actually be a little bit higher. If we're getting some value here, well, I'm not going to take it back. I'm going to give it out if I give it out, but I might be dealing with a premium here. 150? Let me go to the most conservative line here because I think I want under. Maybe there's some 149s here. Missouri favored currently by 1.5. So these lines were from last night. So made the steady climb, maybe the old head fake. I don't know. There was some other buyback on the under too. I like the under in this game. So let's take under premium. This is a premium for me, but there are plenty of games. And hey, I like giving out some winners now and then. But I'm going to be on the under here in this one with Missouri. Thank you, Robert. Appreciate you. Man, Robert, I'd like to play Pro Line. I would like to play Pro Line and see how that goes. Because if I'm understanding, the line, you have to. I've looked. It has to be a 3-teamer, right, or a 2-teamer. It always has to be a parlay. Is that right? Anyways, I'm not in Canada, and I've learned a little bit about it, but. All right. Yeah, Josh, isn't it amazing on that? Thanks, you guys, for listening to college basketball. I'm going to go into the NFL right now. If you guys are going to take off and enjoy your day, thank you so much for stopping by with Morning Steam. I'll be here again tomorrow, and we'll have more preview. So appreciate it. I'm going to do my NFL picks here for Sunday, and you're welcome to stick around, but appreciate those of you who caught all the plays for today, and hopefully we have another winning day. Don't forget, head on over to Tony'sPicks.com and grab my premium picks. I'm off an 8-2 day, so we're going to roll it again today. All right, and Dave says, "Hey, how about my Broncos?" Well, Dave, unfortunately, the Broncos play on Sunday night, so we're not going to preview them here in this one, but uh, they are, I think, favored over the Vikings. That sounds a little bit tricky. The Vikings all of a sudden are like, "Hey, uh, we're not lucky anymore. It's better to be good than lucky." That's kind of what the Vikings are saying. So, all right, you can join me for these though, Dave. Because we've got some important games. I mean, come on. Talk about tonight's game. Let's just keep it right here in the AFC North, the NFL's best division, top to bottom, right? Can't argue this right now, top to bottom, with the Steelers and the Browns here. The Browns favored uh, by 4, and the total 37. We did get the news we talked about at the top of the show that Dorian Thompson Robinson. In fact, I'm sure this line might has actually probably changed. I typed these in several days ago, or no, middle of the night yesterday or so. And right now, the line in this game has got to be moved because of, I think, DTR. I think people are going to know Watson's down. Yeah, this line's way off. Okay, 1 and 32 now on some of these. We'll call it 33. I mean, I've seen some 33s, some to 32s, but just to show you how far this line has moved since the injury. That line that I typed that in before, and I think that we knew he was injured, right? We just didn't know what the. Uh, Hi, Brandon. Nice to see you, Rico. Really appreciate you, Rico. I hope you join me more frequently. That was great contribution. Awesome today. Thank you so much. I know we haven't even met, I don't think. So it was really great to have you. All right, Dave says he's got the Steelers to take this one. And I'm feeling the other way because I'm a Dorian Thompson Robinson fan. And I think that I'm okay with either guy actually over Watson to a certain extent. Look, Watson had continued to play better. There's no doubt about it. He still had some shaky times. You wonder if. I think the problem is we just expect so much from when you pay a guy, so much money. But um, I want the Browns. I don't know if I can help it here in this one, and I guess it'll go under, but it feels like these two guys can probably get it over this number, as ugly as it could be. I don't know. I don't want to screw around with anything goofy like this at 33, and I'm Mr. Under in all these games. Let me do this while we're here right now and reciting this to you. So, just get off some of these statistics about the unders currently so far. All right. The early kickoffs actually are going under big time this season. This is a um, early starts, the 10 Eastern or 10, 1 Eastern 10 window, and also I've included the London games here. 47 unders, 32 overs in these games so far this season. But these division games, man. Uh, this particular division, these guys are always, um, down here in the and again, what I think the main factor is you got DTR here, who has made an appearance or two, we know, but getting the start. I think what the Browns see in DTR is possibly a long-term, quarterback. I don't think right, and they got probably the player of the year right on defense. So the Steelers 8-3 against the spread. Their last 11 here as a road underdog. Whether they'll be a road underdog or not at game time, I mean, you might just throw that stat out right now because it's nearly a pick 'em. here in this one. Of course, Pittsburgh is the first team in 80 years to have a winning record at this point, despite being outgained in every single game this season. Could they somehow find a way to outgain the Browns? I don't know, but Pittsburgh sure is running the ball well. They've averaged 180 yards or so over the last two games. And Steelers have gone under in 7 of 9 games this year. This one's a little bit too dicey. It feels like for me to want to take the under here. I don't trust it. Uh, do I end up square here if I just take the over? But I'm gonna do it. I cannot handle. I mean, even 17-16 now gets me to the number, and that's a 1 point spread. Couldn't both these teams get 1 or 2 touchdowns each? Um, I know it certainly has to be, the sharps that'll keep this under. They will feel like they can slam this under, but uh, I'm not gonna. I'm gonna go over. I'm just gonna, even if I'm Mister Under here. I'm gonna just trust Dorian Thompson Robinson a little bit to have a decent game, and Steelers. So the good defense as well. All right, Cleveland's been running the ball well. Also, the last 5 games are averaging 150 yards a game. These teams will be banging, no doubt about it. Cleveland, they one thing about Cleveland. Now we'll see with Robinson, but you know they are. Um, they run a lot of plays. Let's say I don't know if that necessarily translates into a higher score. If anything, it kind of translates into running clock a little bit. But Cleveland, on average, has run on average, 18 more plays than their opponents per game. So they possess the ball, they don't turn it over, they control the ball. This is the mark of a good team, and they've just had to make the switch here to quarterback uh, you know, with Watson being lost for the season. Cleveland is 4-1 straight up and against the spread at home. They're also 4-1 against the spread their last 5 games in the division. So, yeah, no doubt about it. And Pickett's a winner, Dave. Too. Pickett is a winner. I like Pickett. But for me, I'm going to come in here with a little bit of defense in this one. I don't believe in necessarily in Pittsburgh at this point. I think they'll eventually be exposed a little bit for having really no passing offense here. Even though I do think the Pickett to Pickens connection is a good one, I just don't know if there's the versatility. I mean, look how long it took their other receivers kind of to get in the end zone. Pittsburgh won the first meeting at home 26-22. Remember, the Steelers had 2 defensive touchdowns in that game. Steelers have won 5 of the last 6 in the series. I'm going to go under 3 of the last 4. I mean, over 3 of the last 4 meetings have gone over. I think everyone would perceive under and keep this low. It's still an NFL game. One thing I've been trying to do is maybe try to conceptualize how I can tell you about where games land, right? Because one of the most important things is what the score is when the game lands. You can only land on really so many numbers to a certain extent. There are websites you can go through there and you see like this number never lands on anything. So far, the numbers, the totals have landed the most are, and this is in order, 40, 41, 51, 30, 37, 48, 34, and 36. So I've given you 8 key numbers there where those are the most popular places for the totals to land. Now compare it to the numbers where over the last I didn't look. I got this chart out, but coming into the season, I think it's since the 2-point conversion is what it is. The most popular numbers coming into the season were 41, 37, 44, 51, 23, 48, 45, and 38. Now, write all of those numbers down. And when you look at your totals each week and you are thinking whether you want to go over or under and you think you got a bet, look to see if your number, if that totals number is either close to these numbers, because like there is a far greater chance of a game landing on 51 than it's going to land on 50 or 49, right? If it's on both those lists, there is a far greater chance a number is going to land on that, given the combinations of the way teams score. So if you're looking to go over and it's on, you know, two notches away from one of those key numbers and only one notch away from the other, because, like I said, when you get into that 34, 30, 36, 37 range, it can really sway what could happen realistically in the game. Hey, Dylan. Hello. Nice to see you. Thank you, Dylan. Pleasure. Great hanging out with you. We already talked about your Oilers, or well, not today, but I mean, just as a dilemma. So, all right, give me the over in this one. I'm not gonna goof around here with this total, even at Mister Under here. And look, I mean, I imagine this is right where it's gonna be 33 or so. No one's gonna want to get much higher than this, but I'm gonna sneak it over this total. Maybe I'll even buy it down. I'm pretty sure I'll be on the Browns. Yep, no doubt, Dylan. And maybe because I was talking about Calgary tonight and how they're, people were talking about in the chat, the Canucks and even money with their 12-3 record. Why the Flames and the Oilers continue to be such strong favorites despite those rough starts. All right, we'll talk here about the Cardinals and the Texans. Although I will tell you, the Niners game, I'm looking at the odds here on screen because I just happen to have NFL up, and that Niners game is going to move here to 12. If it hasn't already, maybe even to 12 and a half. There's going to be some movement coming in, it looks like, on the Niners here, showing a steam plays coming in just now. All right, Cardinals and Texas. Who's Texas? Cardinals and Texans in this one. NFL action here for Sunday. And what can you say about Kyler Murray, right? We can be critical of his, you know what it is about Kyler Murray? No, I'm not going to say because, he's got football smarts, right? The frustrating thing for a coaching staff is trying to give him the instruction. He's a good listener. He's a great communicator. Kyler is a pretty awesome. I mean, we know he's a great dude. He's a great athlete. It's just tough to coach him up. And it's not like he won't listen. It's just that he doesn't. It's tough for him to conceptualize a little bit. You saw who was doing the commentary this week about how sometimes Kyler rolls the wrong way, but I mean the pressure can knock you out of the pocket to a certain extent. Look at that Blues line, Dylan. The Blues are taking off right now. They're betting the Blues heavy. We want to get on that Blues. Let's do it against the old sorry Sharks. That thing's going to 220 or 240 or maybe, I don't know. Anyways, right now I'm looking at it on the screen. So Kyler Murray comes in, looks absolutely terrific, and it looks like we're going to get this same Kyler Murray. But going up against awesome Justin Fields, man, this is, we said it right away that Justin Fields was real. I mean, didn't take a genius to figure it out. I mean, everybody was kind of, I don't know, we were early. We were early to the party. You guys here were, we were here in this one, but Murray, what did I say? Did I say the right? Did I say Stroud? I didn't say the wrong guy, did I? CJ Stroud, CJ Stroud, CJ Stroud. He's awesome. It's real. It doesn't matter. His story's incredible. Just wanted to see it happen this year, right? And it has. This guy's for real. And not only that, he's clutch. These Texans games are close, and the Texans are 5-2 against the spread and straight up in their last 7 games. They're just wonderful. They're terrific right now. Now, here's the thing. This is actually going to be a tough game because Kyler Murray does bring a certain intangible to the game. He keeps you in games, man. I don't think that I'm necessarily going to be ready to just think that they're going to waylace the Cardinals here. I gotta think that Kyler Murray can keep this game in. It's going to be a wild game. You see the total 47.5. That would have never been possible with even with Dobbs was in there. But again, I think they held it together with Dobbs because maybe these guys are doing a little bit of a good job here coaching in this one. But I'll lean with what Dave is saying here. I'm going to take the Cardinals plus the points as my pick here on the show, but. You would think you saw Kyler Murray, right? I got a game wrong last week. I thought, with Kyler Murray coming back, I don't think a lot's going to happen with him early on. If he gets to be to where he is, maybe he can. And it wasn't like that at all. Kyler Murray was ready, or at least ready to, make it happen. Like I said, he might never be ready entering these games with the game plan or the strategy. He's kind of like Dobbs in a way. Maybe Dobbs was learning. Oh, I don't know. They both had, uh, interesting careers leading up. I don't think Dobbs probably doesn't consider himself inferior to Murray, but this should be a wild game. Actually, even if the Texans do have a little bit of defense at home, I think Murray's kind of an intangible that we're going to be talking about Kyler Murray more and more, like he's back, or at least doing Kyler Murray, right? We he ran that. I just keep thinking of that play where he, was chased around the pocket, took off running, and got down inside the uh, 5 yard line last week. So I'm going to take Arizona in this one. Murray had 19 of 32 for 249 yards last week in his first start. Look, Arizona has not been going well. I mean, they're not covering anything. But again, I think with Murray back here, this is going to be a little bit of the game changer. I'm not yelling Kyler Murray from the rafters or anything, but I do think that, look, 26 and 32 in his career as a starter. He's been with the Cardinals all these years. This is not a great spot for the Cardinals. They're not a good road underdog, but again, they're 1-4 against the spread this year as a road dog. But again, they didn't have Murray in there, so I can only draw the fact, the Kyler Murray situation as to why maybe Arizona would compete. Remember, they were competing with Dobbs, and yet, yeah, while they did get lucky in a couple of games, they still were not necessarily covered. By the end of the game, they were, remember they were in the games early, and then they were out of them late. But I think this is the difference here. Houston's obviously pretty good. They're 5-4, 6-3 against the spread. The Cardinals for that 2-8 record, 5-5 against the number. Texans, 2-10 against the spread as a home favorite in their last 12 games in the role, including 0-2 this year. I'll take the Cardinals. All right, the Chargers are going to go into Green Bay and take on the Packers, and they're favored to win. You got to be kidding me. The Chargers aren't going to win this game, are they? Against the Packers? Now, look, the Packers are, 3-6. They're not looking too good, but the Chargers were already kind of ready to count them out of the playoffs. At least I am. These guys are a big time flop. Yeah, I get a game wrong here necessarily with the Chargers, but I wouldn't trust them here on the road. If anything, I'm still a little bit sticking by Jordan Love here. Looked a little bit better. And I think maybe he got a little bit of a bad rap. Uh, Feels uncomfortable, like they might be ready to kick him to the curb a little bit. And I'd say don't. He appears to have a little bit of clutch in him. These two teams are a combined 7-11 to the under so far this season. 11 unders, 7 overs. combined with these two teams. Uh, Look, Herbert's great. We know he's great, and he'll be able to, lead you to a win on the last drive of the game, something like that. He definitely can do that, but it's kind of a big ask. And if I'm going to get some points on the at home here, I'm probably going to end up taking the Packers in this one. I mean, I'm willing to take points. I don't trust the Chargers at all necessarily here. I want to be on Green Bay. Not sure about the total, but if anything, uh, with a road favorite here, it might end up going under. I'm not sure the Chargers are going to produce enough points. Give me the Packers in this one, plus the 3. Let me make sure that line too. Oh yeah, it's 3 all over. Appreciate you, Dave, as being my consensus partner there on that game. Couple more here in the NFL early action Giants and Commanders. Well, I'll be rushing to get to this one. Okay, looks like Bill Belichick probably is going to make his way to the Commanders. That was just a storyline for a day. Showing one book all the way down to an 8 here. This is not the line. The move is actually on the Giants at this point. I'll call it 9, but I even see an 8. I see some 8.5s, but there are also some 9.5. So you can get manipulative here a little bit with this game. Total mostly about 37. 37.5 in this one with the Giants and the Commanders currently. Giants have lost 3 straight, including the last 2 by a combined margin of 79-23. And the Giants have also been outscored in the first half over the last 3 weeks by 59-3. So it hasn't gotten any better. The Giants continue to be, one of the worst things going, and they've got, DeVito in there again right now. I mean, that's can't be great. Washington's lost 6 of 8. Howell is, actually been quite awesome statistically. Howell's a top yardage quarterback. I didn't look at after last week, but he was the top yardage quarterback in the league heading into last week. But problem is Washington, has had some bad defensive games. So Washington, last 8 weeks, they also have had trouble in the first half, being outscored 110-73. But that's not like, uh, what we've seen from the Giants. Commanders have gone 7-14-1 against I don't like those. All right, here we go. Giants beat Washington in that game 14-7 at home 4 weeks ago. Probably expect the Commanders to return the favor here, wouldn't you? But to be favored by 9, 8, whatever it is, I think that's what everybody's questioning. Can the Commanders really get this type of number here? Giants are 8-2 against the spread last 10 visits to Washington. This is a yearly 2-game series, of course. Giants have won 6 of the last 9 meetings, but you could kind of throw that out. Couldn't you? I probably wouldn't want to lay over a touchdown in this one. That, kind of feels too uncomfortable for me. And I don't think the defenses are all that cracked up to be here. I would expect this game to be probably a pretty high scoring game. Even with DeVito in there, I'm not sure the Commanders have enough defense in this one. There's some interesting trends also that would point to an over. Now, doesn't mean that the trends know that Tommy DeVito is in there, but there were some pretty wild trends actually pointing to the over in this game that have to do with division games of this nature. Usually, you got when you got two piss poor defenses like this. Usually, Giants allowed 640 yards last week. They were playing Dallas. Washington gave up 489 yards to Seattle. Another pretty decent offense, but I think it's because of bad defenses. So you want to all of a sudden slam this total down to 37. Yeah, I'm not buying it. So it's hard to take the Giants plus all this money, but could Commanders cover a big spread? No chance here. I don't know if I could give it as a premium because who's going to believe me? Yeah, right, Ferner, maybe, but no, the Commanders don't have it. The Commanders don't have it. All right, Dave says, "Give me the Pimp Commanders by a TD." Got a guy like Robinson looking pretty good so far. What a story he's been, huh? I'm gonna take the Giants. I'm not ever gonna be comfortable laying this many points here. Yeah, we're not getting the best of it. We've had people get 8.5, probably only 8.5. Giants just 2-7-1 against the spread, 8-2 to the under so far. But I'm gonna. This is the game for me. This is the game. Probably even maybe sprinkle some Giants money line here. Uh, Washington is not all that. The Giants are bad. They're probably one of the worst teams in the league. This is pro football. Taking these points. The Washington's 4-6, not 6-4. So Titans and Jaguars got a pretty good one here on Sunday. Got the Jaguars favored by 6.5, maybe 7 now, even at some places. And this total definitely sitting here at about 40 or so. Got 10 of the Titans have won 10 of the last 13 meetings between these two teams. And I don't know, well, the Jaguars are certainly at a little bit of a peak here, franchise wise. They've been to the AFC Championship game, by the way. I know Dave remembers that one. And let's see here. Titans have lost 4 of their last 5. Tennessee 0-5 straight up on the road in their last 5 games, although uh, they did cover one of those. Titans right now 9-4 against the spread against AFC South teams on the road, getting a pretty nice number here from the Jaguars. You got Will Levis. This is a more comfortable situation than last week. It feels like to try to get back together with Will Levis. We're on Will Levis moving forward. Feels like to me that's kind of the way that I want to you know, look at it. The Jaguars do not feel like a good cover team to me at all. And I don't know if I would want any part of them laying this kind of number. Maybe could get with it if it was, I don't know, 4. I think Will Levis can keep them in this game. The Jaguars are pretty dismal in roles like this, right? Well, let's see. 13-15 last 28 as a home favorite. That's not a big deal, but note the Jaguars have converted just 11 of their last 51 third down conversions, and they are starting to turn the ball over again. So, uh, I'm going to have to take the points here in this one with Tennessee. Tennessee is 5-1 their last 6 trips here into Jacksonville, and if I can get a 6.5 out of this, look, like I said, I'm on Will Levis moving forward. Did I like him in a pick'em game or a 1-point spread or whatever it was? Probably not. Ferner is going to issue the challenge here. Dave says Lawrence bounces back big time after that blowout by the 49ers. He's got the Jags, though, by just 3, which would give the Titans a cover. I'm going to take the Titans this week. All right, the Bears are at the Lions. Well, this one not going to be pretty, I'm sure, right now. And I'll tell you, what are the Bears doing? They put Justin Fields back in over Tyler Bagent. Why would you take the bag boy out for Justin Fields? I get it. Justin Fields is your man. He's a top draft pick, whatever. Uh, Justin Fields is so far this season when he's been in the game. He's been in quite a bit. He can miss some games with an injury, but he's been sacked 12% of the time. Now we know Justin Fields holds on to the ball too long, tries to make things happen. That's one of his problems that we've had. While he does scramble, he throws the ball well on the run. He's actually very, very accurate on the run. These are some of the good things about Justin Fields. Now, it hurts that he doesn't have great targets. It hurts that he's a smaller man that sometimes can't throw over the that has trouble from the pocket to a certain extent, and he gets sacked a lot. He gets sacked. We always say, get rid of it, whatever. So he's been sacked 12% on 12% of dropbacks. Tyler Bagent has played just a couple of games, maybe a smaller sample size, certainly, but this is probably the type of player that he is. Um, he was sacked just under 4% of his dropbacks so far this season. They got the wrong quarterback in there. I don't expect the Bears to be able to do this. Actually, they need Badgen in there and not Justin Fields, especially in a game like this against the Lions and their defense. So big mistake here, trying to go back to Fields. The Bears don't know what they're doing. They're just crummy, and they're going to get, I'm sure, blown out of this game. And the Lions are probably going to put up a pretty big number. Hopefully, the Bears. I think I like it over. Oh, I'm sorry, Ferner. Thank you. Let me fix that. Like I said, I mean these are from days. Bad job by me. um, 7.5. Oh, thank you. I guess we're going to take that total because we just had a premium pop up, huh? Thanks, brother. Shows you how prepared I am. If they knew, well, actually, I'm very prepared. That's how far ahead we entered the lines in days ago. So 47.5. Did you say? I'll update that. So look at me without any, true other than my note, reading off the notes that I have about that I did for the week about the game, with all of my trends and everything. Chicago 7-13-1 against the spread. Their last 21 as a road underdog. Chicago 2-9 against the spread. Their last 11 games, coming off of a victory. So they obviously, the that's maybe a little bit of another factor for the Bears, right? The fact that you look at the Bears season so far and to get a win over Carolina. Remember how excited they were and everything to get that win at home. So, if anything, that is value. That is value, right? If it was 10, it's now 7.5. I don't know. Did they bench Goff? Is Amon-Ra St. Brown out? What is going on? It's the move to Justin Fields that's made this spread go down, and it's wrong. They've got the wrong quarterback in there, I'm pretty sure. Justin Fields would actually, he's not toast. He's just toast with the Bears. He could probably go to some other teams and be. He's good. He's a decent quarter. He's a good quarterback. Like I said, on the run, accuracy, even arm strength. Now he doesn't have the arm strength of Tyson Badgett. No, no, not many quarterbacks in the league do have as strong as arm as Tyson Badgett. If you put him in the starting line, he's got top 10 arm strength for sure out of 32 quarterbacks, maybe top 5. Now, I'm not so, Tyson Badgett needs a lot of work. I'm not coming in here saying that Tyson Badgett is going to be some secret guy. I'm just saying, if you're the Chicago Bears, you want Tyler Badgett as your quarterback and not Justin Fields. Justin Fields could fit on a lot of teams. This is a wrong team for him. Thanks, Dylan. Bye. Great to see you. I'll see you this weekend, I hope. Enjoy the UFC as well. Over. So, Lions are pretty square here, but let me let me give out the over here as my play. because maybe the Bears might actually be in trouble, and it could might be 30-14 or something, and then that's going to feel short of the that's you know uh, 31-14. That's short of the total, and it's a blowout. And the Bears, here's the other right. The Lions can look. You got 17 games in a season, and you got your games at home and your games on the road. Doesn't seem right that we have odd number games, does it? But is that unfair home and road? But um, when you're playing the Bears, right? When you're playing your division, Bears are not going anywhere. But all right, enough of this one. Oh boy. The Las Vegas Raiders are going to go in and take on the Raiders. Have won two in a row. We know this is great. I mean, this is Raider. This has been awesome. Feels like this is where the bubble bursts a little bit here, but maybe maybe there is something to this motivation a little bit. There should be. The Raiders should be better, right? So maybe there was some dysfunction to the situation. Um, that's what the stories are coming out now saying. So why would you? Let me check the line here. Make sure there hasn't been any crazy move here on this one. No, this one's even higher, right? We're not going to take the Dolphins -2. We're actually going to, find a way to be on the Raiders here. The Dolphins are not um, that blow. They are. I mean, we obviously they could win a game 70-14 if they wanted to. It seems like they have been giving it back a little bit of late. We've kind of wondered about some of the Dolphins prospects. Now we do got A Shane back this week, and if he doesn't change his name to A Chain, he's doing himself a disservice. Because why wouldn't you change your name to A Chain if you were spelled your name that way? And you were a running back that is tearing up the league. Now the Sharps have been all over Miami. Maybe they will blow them out here, but I don't know if I want to lay this increased number. That isn't really. I don't think it's necessarily based on any injury or whatnot. It certainly might be based on the fact that the Raiders are decided to go once again with O'Connell in there at quarterback. But give the Raiders credit for this momentum, this winning streak, and putting it all. Maybe you know what? Maybe the professional organization. This is what they needed a little bit. So Dave's calling for the outright upset. Hey, you know what? We all can stand to get a little attention now and then. And you see the move kind of coming in on the under here, and I would think that's probably the way that I would, and that I'll end up uh, looking in the game here if it's going to be this high, 46.5. It's already been on the move lower. Taking the Raiders in this one plus the points. I'm just going to trust that this team is, you know, can stay within 2 touchdowns. They're not. Look, they were bad, right? They were terrible, and yeah, O'Connell, whatever. But he's had several games now. This is the NFL. You can't tell me that a team is 2 touchdowns better than another team in this league, no matter who they are. The Raiders have won 2 in a row, mind you. These are not even the New York Giants at this point. Well, they beat the Giants. They beat the Jets. We had them as a premium. I was on a show actually, I was like the only I was the guy. Dylan, you still here? He said he's out of here, but I was the guy. I was the guy on the Raiders. Everybody else was on the Jets, and I just, I wasn't, it was one of those shows with everybody on the screen, and you're betting in the middle of the game. And I had a bunch of props I hit on that game, and on the air. But I was on the Raiders, and it was, mostly because of the Jets traveling and all that. They were all telling, yeah. So Dylan's like they were saying, uh, this is kind of the chat too. I don't know if it was on the air necessarily as much, but uh, they were, the chat was kind of saying, well, the Jets are better than the Raider, and I said, No, reverse sweep Ramon was there. That's not me, by the way, but he was wearing his jet. And I said on the show, I said, yeah, I agree. I think the Jets are a better team. I mean, defensively, certainly they're the better team. If they had Rodgers, they'd have the better offense. Even with Wilson, and maybe they have the better offense over O'Connell. But they traveled for that game. The NFL is all about situational handicapping. I think most handicappers would agree with that, right? And so when the line starts to fluctuate just a little bit, that's why I'm on the Raiders here. Well, the Cowboys will take on the Panthers on Sunday. NFL action here with a double-digit spread for the Cowboys on the road. I imagine they'll probably shut out the Panthers the way things are going. I mean, the Panthers couldn't even beat the Bears. So I'm kidding. I'm probably on the Panthers here. Why wouldn't you be? The Cowboys, these aren't the right situations, I don't think, necessarily for Dallas. Now, they are, as a road favorite, they're good. Coming off a loss, they're good. But usually it needs a little bit of motivation here in this one. And it's kind of tough, right? Because this is a big road favorite. And if you're going to thread the needle here to a certain extent, you got to figure the score of this game 27-17 would be an over. But again, how are you going to get there with 42 to 10? Because 26-16 doesn't work really. 26 is a number that hardly gets landed on ever. So that's where you start to try to make your determination. Because if you got a premium pick and you're like, hey, I really like this team to go out there and crush those, then that's fine. And I'm taking the Carolina Panthers, of course. Here against down one and whatever. This will be a tight game. Bryce Young, I'm sure he's going to have one. It feels like I would think Bryce Young going to have one of his better games here. They're going to have they're going to have a better time of it here. I would think. I mean, as bad as this season has been, to me, I want to try to get on here of the Cowboys. I mean, the Panthers here. I don't like the Cowboys to lay a big number on the road. Dave says lay it. Lay it with the Cowboys. Panthers are 1-2-1 against the spread at home. Their losses at home. One of them was, let's see, they gave up. Final. They lost by 3. They lost by 8. They lost by 14. So I'm gonna take them in to hang in here in this one. The Dallas average combined score of the Dallas wins. Furnace says lay it. The average Dallas win 37-11. Dallas 9-4 against the spread. Last 13 as a road favorite. 2-1 so far this season. 15-11 against the spread for Dallas, coming off of a loss. Dallas also 7-1 against the spread their last 8 times as a road favorite. So there you go. There's all your Dallas trends that are going to be in your favor. Carolina 9-17-1 against the spread off a loss. I can't even find a trend to back my play here in this one. But I'm going to do it because I think this is the NFL and this is the dead spot. And Bryce Young will have one of his better games, and they'll probably be hanging in there all the way until the finish. And maybe Dallas gets the win. Maybe Carolina gets the big upset. And if you don't think that's not going to happen, you aren't watching these games. Now, I appreciate everybody saying the Cowboy. No problem. I mean, maybe they will blow them out. I'm not looking for attention by I'm taking these points. But, it's not the greatest situation against this Dallas defense. I know that. I mean, top 5 rushing defense. I don't think any of these wide receivers on Adam Thielen, it's got to be Young to Thielen. If Adam, okay, I'll give you that. If Adam Thielen, if I can get 2 touchdowns from Adam Thielen, I'm going to cover this game. That's for sure. And I think that they can rattle that's about all they can do is rattle Prescott. CD's gonna have a big game, but I don't know. About the other guys. Dallas should just run the ball anyways because Carolina's awful. So they could just run the ball and, run the clock. Thanks, everybody. That's it. Appreciate it. Appreciate everybody. Appreciate you, Dave, of course, everybody in the chat. Please, please, Panthers win. Salty Fly Guy. I know Fly Guy, but what if I mean, I got to give you something if they don't win. But fortunately, since the odd, bye, Dylan. See you later this week. Hope I get to be with you on some shows. And so Salty Fly Guy, if the Panthers win, he has to buy me a new computer. Since the Cowboys are such an overwhelming money line favorite here, I only have to get Salty Fly Guy like a Starbucks or a pizza or something. Thanks, you guys. Appreciate it. Hope we didn't keep you too long. Appreciate you checking in with me. I know we kept it kind of long today, but we'll be back with you tomorrow with more morning steam. And yes, it's going to be awesome, Dave, in that game. The Eagles, they are. I will tell you, I don't know. They're probably 3 touchdown underdogs in that game, but would be awesome. And great to hear from you, and get you back here with more morning steam tomorrow. Appreciate it. For Tony'sPicks.com, I'm Ramon Scott.